Hey, what's going on, guys? IC Trades here, and today we're going to be doing a technical analysis breakdown on ticker symbol MSTR strategy. Like we described in the last video, we saw this big run up and we peaked around that $425 level. From there, we saw that pullback and we've held higher, consolidating. So the question is, are we going to see a breakout of this consolidation pattern and test these highs of 425, then continue to move higher? Or are we going to see price break down after this overextended run up? Now, before we dive deep in the daily, I'm going to take you guys to the weekly to get a broader perspective. All right, now on the weekly, we see that price didn't do too much until that late 2020 to 2021 area ramps up and we see some consolidation, the price is stagnant, and we see that big spike all the way to that around that 182 to psychological $200 level, and we consolidate between 182 and 103 before breaking out higher. And you see stock really has no contest with the sellers. We see that consolidation range of 103 to 182 all the way to 543. Big movement. We get in this long-term bull flag type of range, break down to that 232 level, and we see a big move up. And that correction, like we were describing, we see that pullback after hitting that $425 level. We hold support around that $358 level, and we've been consolidating sideways for a few weekly candles now. So we got that pullback, and now we're trending sideways. Now, this is a pretty good price action from a bullish perspective. You see an overextended run-up, see a much smaller pullback given that overall move. And you see we hold sideways and we're holding strongly, keeping it in this general range, not letting price get pushed back down. End off with a solid green bar. Slight selling pressure, but looking like we're holding our ground at this range and should be seeing a move up to that $425 level within the next few weeks. Now, guys, on the daily chart, we see a little bit of a better perspective of how price got in that longer term bull flag type of range after peaking at that 543 level. We see price come down, a little bit of back and forth, pretty volatile price nature as price goes at the bottom of that range to the top of that range to the bottom, getting to the top, and we start getting tighter as we trend down. And what I want to point out is we see a nice double bottom formation, pretty much a triple bottom, 1, 2, 3, off that $232 level, aiding that big run up. Some could say an overextended run up all the way to that 425, and then we see a descending nature as price trends downwards. But we see some good support around that 369 as well as that 358 level. We hold that 369 level, we come back down, hit that 358. Bounce back up, try to maintain that range, consolidating between 391 and 369. Break that one more time, and we see boom, boom, little double bottom at that $358 level. And we get above that, and on the most recent candle, we get above this descending channel that we were in, guys, this descending pattern. So if price can hold here and regain that 391 and ultimately that psychological $400 level after breaking out of this descending channel, that is a very good sign for the bulls, guys, and we should be headed to that consolidation range of 400 to 425, where price consolidated here, price kind of chopped around at this point. This could be a very probable range where we kind of consolidate before trying to break out and reach those all-time highs, or at least above that $425 level, with some price action trying to get towards that $500 psychological level again. Now, from a technical analysis standpoint, you see it get in this range, we'll say from that 391 to that 358. Chop around, 1, 2 bottoms, and blow up. If this candle can hold here, and we see some price action testing that 391, breaking above that, we could definitely see that move to that consolidation range, guys. I think we look very good here as buyers are in the game, not letting sellers get even half of that run up that we saw there back. Keep in mind, guys, this $358 level was resistance in the past. You see price try to get above it, wick off it 1, 2 times, break down, and we see that breakdown hitting the bottom of where we found that 232 level, and then that bounce off and that run up. So as you see price get back up and we hit that point, candle of indecision, come back down. We've claimed that 344 level as support, and then we consider our move up, and then all the way to that $425 level. If bears did get in control, guys, as we are unbiased on this channel, we look at every perspective. You'd want to see price get back down this descending channel, get under that $369 level. You want to see, another false breakthrough, as we've seen 1, 2, 3 attempts at really breaking through that level. You got this as a fourth one. So we are out of this descending channel, but we aren't above that $391 level, which we've tried to break above in this general range for a few times, guys. So as a bear, you want to see a rejection of that $391 level if price tries to go there, and you want to see it get back in this range and ultimately under that $369 level. So keep your eyes on that as a bear And as a bull, keep your eyes on getting above that $391 level and then seriously getting above that $400 psychological level, because it has been a pretty stubborn zone for MSTR, as you've seen in the past. Hit that 1, 2 times, creating kind of a cup formation here. This could be a change of the tide for MSTR, as buyers were really in control of the stock for some time here, and we've seen a smaller pullback dancing around, and we've seen buyers get out of that channel. If buyers can get above that $391 level strongly and hold above that, guys, I'm feeling very good for the short to long term of MSTR. I think we're in a very good position here for the bulls. And for the bears, I think that they need this rejection of that $391 level and a further move down, get back in this range, get under those important support levels, and that's what you'd want to see as a bear. And if you saw a little bit of consolidation trying to get out of that 425 and then a further move down, you can see a double top formation, hitting it for a few times, hitting it again, and then a further move down. It's another formation that you could see in the bearish perspective of things. But I think if we break out of this thing strongly and break above that $400 strongly, I think we are more prone to see a move out of that and some price action above that $425 level. All right, guys, now on the hourly, you see a better eye view of that descending range. We get in there, sellers gap it down. We try to push below that descending support. We cannot hold there, bounce off that $358 level like we described. Get back in that range, chop around, hit that 358 once again, and then we break out of that, reconnecting with this ascending support that we had in the past, guys. So we have regained this ascending support as well as broken out of this descending channel. So that's another thing to keep in mind, right? Bringing it back to the daily for a second, we do see some medium-term ascending support that we reconnected with. So from an hourly perspective, it's looking pretty good, guys, that we've broken out of that range. And now if we can continue to bounce off this ascending support, you could see kind of stair stepping to that 391 level, testing that, and you'd want to see price get above that and hold nicely. Instead of only having a few candles test that area and then rejecting, want to see some nice price action and a hold above that, maybe consolidate for some hourly candles and then a test of that 400. And then you want to see price get over that. Now, guys, taking a look at Bitcoin, because if you trade MSTR, you're going to want to look at Bitcoin. They often move together. And right away, guys, like we described in the last video, get out of this long-term bull flag area. We get up, we have this very strong, stubborn level of 106,000, peak above it for a little bit, and we see how many times that we've actually hit it off that 106,000. Try to get above it again, create a lower high of this formation. Can't get that 112,000 level. Get back under it. Try to get above it again for a couple days, cannot hold. We get back under it, test that 100,000 psychological level, which has really held up as good support as well, guys. You see it bounce off that $100,000 level, which was another stubborn point to get above for some time. And it's really been holding quite well for support, so it's very nice to see. And then we move above that 106 stubborn level. So like what I'm seeing here on Bitcoin, guys, I think if we do make a lower high of this formation, as we are kind of in this descending resistance type of formation, wouldn't be great, but I think seeing that $100,000 level hold up so nicely and then a move above that stubborn 106,000 level, I think we are in a very good position here, guys, for the bulls. And showing you the history of that 106,000 level, try to get above it 1, 2 times, flush, get below that, retest it for multiple candles. You see how many candles we try to get above that 106,000 level, cannot do that, and that leads to this longer term descending type of formation until we break out of that very nice kind of an overextended run. So we get above that level, and then you see a lot of candles trying to break through that 106,000 type of level. Finally break over it, cannot hold, get right back in that range, get over it 1, 2, then we fall back down, as we've tried to test this range for a lot of times. So we were kind of due for a test of that $100,000 support. We bounced there very nicely, and you see 1, 2, 3 candles of price action, holding up that 100K support and then breaking through that stubborn $106,000 level. So definitely what I like seeing here is that level really not holding us up. In the past, we've got there, kind of got held up for a little bit, then we broke through, obviously, like we've just looked at, got up there, really held us up over these formations and broke down here. So to see that really just breeze through that formation, the only way I wouldn't like what we're seeing here on Bitcoin is if we fall from the point it's at now, around this $107,500 level. If we fell from here, create a lower high of this descending formation. But I think, guys, if buyers could really start putting in that work here, we get above that, say $110,000 level, where that was our lower high of the second retest. If we get above that, I think we could be headed for all-time highs, guys, retesting that 112,000 range. All right, so that'll do it for the breakdown of MSTR. Keep your eyes on those key support and resistance zones and see what price does, guys. I think we are in a better position for the bulls here. But if we can't break those key zones, that $391 level that we want to get over here. Then we can see the bears start to take over and a little bit of back and forth still with that indecision building in that range before possibly breaking up or breaking down. But yeah, guys, I'm slightly bullish on this. I think we look pretty good here, guys, on Bitcoin and MSTR. So if you want to see more MSTR videos, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll continue covering MSTR as well as other major tickers. Trade smart, and I'll see you guys in the next one.